What is up, everybody? Welcome to the video. We're going to be talking C5 today. We're going to be talking about what happened to it, what we're going to be doing with it. We're going to be talking about a diagnosis of my favorite word in the world, wheel hop. And yeah, let's just start this up. By the way, we did change the cats in it. It now has no cats at all. It now is just a pure straight pipe, and I didn't think it could get any louder, but it's louder. I'll put it that way. So let's get started. Jesus Christ, this thing is so damn loud. Who's ready to have absolutely no eardrums? This guy. Whoa! Adjusting where the steering wheel is. This car is so damn loud. Oh my God. That is so stupid how loud this car is. It's very funny though. Like, I mean, it's comical how loud the car is. I mean, there's a dog right in front of me right now and the dog is not happy. And neither is the woman. She's so mad. The look on her face, she was like. So anyway, how you guys doing today? It's been a solid minute since I've been driving this car. I still remember the days when I was able to just hook a microphone up to that camera and that would be it, but now I have to use a lav microphone just so you guys can hear me at all. But regardless, we're going to be talking a little bit about the C5, what's been going on with it, and I guess why you haven't seen much of it on the channel. But let's get a little bit of a pull in here. Let's get in second gear. Woo! Did you hear that wheel hop? Just a little bit, just a little bit. So for the past couple of weeks, I've been pretty busy with working with Rob and the Project Car Challenge stuff, and I've also got a few edits that I wanted to keep getting out, and I mentioned in the last driving vlog I did, I really wanted to get these videos out, and unfortunately, trying to find time for this without, with everything else going on, it's been quite difficult. So the C5 hasn't been shown much love. I haven't been driving it very much at all. Speaking of which, let me put a seatbelt on because that's helpful. But seriously, drive safely. But regardless, the C5 hasn't been shown much love. And to be honest with you guys, the hop that it has, I say wheel hop, but it has become a meme on this channel, the wheel hop. I should make stickers, can't stop the hop. But you guys like stickers with that? Comment below if you would buy that. I'd make them cheap. I'd make them like $5 or something like that. But like, can't stop the hop, what I bet would be kind of a funny sticker. But as any of you guys probably can relate to, when you have a car that is kind of your project car or your fun car, and the fun car doesn't work correctly, it's very discerning. It's very unmotivating, and you don't want to drive the car. I've had more fun driving my stupid Benz all over the place because that thing, it does a burnout without problem, without issue. I can light the tires up whenever. It lights it up like glass. And that thing has been hilarious to drive. I can jump corners with it. I can do whatever the hell I want in that car. I can't do anything in this car because every time I gun it, I feel like I'm going to blow the diff to smithereens. That little wheel hop you had right there, that was at 5,500 RPM, and right shifting in the third. Speaking of which, we have the, now we took out the short throw, so it's a much longer throw, but I like that. I like that long, feels like you're really doing something kind of throw. The previous one was very, very notchy, and a couple people, when I mentioned that in a video a long time ago, they're like, oh, well, stop being a bitch, get used to it. It just wasn't fun to drive in. And I had been driving the car for a little while, so I was like, you know what, we're putting the old shifter back in. I enjoy that more, so it is what it is. But I've been talking to a bunch of people about the wheel hop crap because, let's be honest, I've had this car for what, 3 months, 4 months, and I haven't been able to really launch this car or do anything in it without almost blowing something up. And that's not fun, obviously. So I wanted to talk about, what I just got off the phone with, and a couple other people have had to say about the issue. If you don't know what wheel hop is, if you haven't watched any of my last videos for a few months, basically, because I mention it every fucking video, it's when the car is breaking traction and then getting traction again, which causes it to jump. And my car has been doing that, which is what ended up blowing my diff back in the day when I first got the car and I was redoing my intro. We fixed the car when it goes sideways now. If once it gets past the once it gets past the wheel hop and it's just spinning, because if you slip the clutch on this car, it will do a burnout, which we have found out, me and Paul anyway. If you slip the clutch, it'll do a burnout, no problem. If you start trying to do a donut in it, it'll hold the donut, no problem. It won't hop through the donut. We found out that was because the left tie rod was going bad in the rear. So we fixed that. But the car should not, like if I gun it, I'm not gonna do it in this video because it'll scare the shit out of me and I might blow the car to smithereens, but if I gun it at like 20 miles an hour, this car will hop violently. If you launch it, it will hop violently if you give it, anything past basically half throttle, which is not fun. But anyway, going back to what I was saying, I talked to a bunch of people, and one of the things I'm gonna be doing tonight is I'm going, hold on, lay it. God, I'll tell you what, when it does hook up, it sounds good. That is so bad. We're gonna throw some cheap tires on this car and see what happens. Oh, that's cool. That is awesome. Oh my gosh, that's my dream car. That was a 70 Challenger. That's my dream car, by the way, besides a Murcielago. That's like my daily driver muscle car dream. If you ever play Driver San Francisco, you understand. But that's my dream right there. I really want one of those cars. But anyway, getting back to what I was saying. We're gonna throw some cheap tires on there. I wanna see what happens with that. But the other thing we're gonna do, which seems to be a recurring thing, one of the people I've talked to, you guys might know the name, Lou Gelati or LG Motorsports. He produces different stuff for Corvettes. He raced them back in the day. He's been racing for 40-ish years, a little over that. He was in the Project Car Challenge. He was one of the tuners there. He won. And he knows his shit when it comes to Corvettes. And I asked him about it because he raced the C5R, years and years ago. I asked him, I said, what do you think about this? This is what's done to my car. This is what it has on it. I've got wheel hop. And he said, I have Pfaft or Pfaft shocks on this car. I don't know how to pronounce it correctly, but according to him, and I quote, get rid of those Puff Daddy shocks and put the old ones back in. Thankfully, I do have the old ones. They're back in New Jersey. I didn't take them home, but we're gonna try that. We're gonna try and put the old suspension back on and see what happens, if it makes any difference. After that, if that doesn't happen, or that doesn't work, we'll put coilers on the car. I'll try and find a cheap set of like used coilovers or something, because as you guys know, like coilovers for this car are not cheap at all. I really don't, and I know LG makes coilovers as well, but I mean, it's thousands of dollars, and I'm kind of tired of spending so much money on this goddamn car. I just want it to work right. The C4, I always go back to the C4. The C4 never had any of these issues, never. Like, I could floor that car at virtually any RPM in first and second gear, spin the tires, roast them, never had to worry about wheel hop. I could dump the clutch whenever the fuck I felt like it, and it would spin. No issues, wouldn't break anything, never felt like I was putting extra strain on the car. It was great. I love driving that thing. This car just pisses me the hell off. I just wanted to work correctly, because it's gotten to the point where it's like, if this does not work correctly in the next, I would say 2 months, like in time for the driving season to really start, because I want to, this weekend, take it to a test and tune day. I was thinking of taking it to Cecil, and if I don't take it to Cecil, there's another drag strip on Sunday as opposed to Saturday that has a test and tune day. We might end up doing Sunday just because more of my friends are available on Sunday, and I'd like to go with friends and just make it a cool day trip. But regardless, it's gotten to the point where if this damn car doesn't work, I'm just gonna end up wanting to sell it and buy something else. It annoys the shit out of me that this thing is not working the way I want it to. And like I said, the fact that I have more fun driving my $2,600 beater daily driver Mercedes, that shouldn't be a thing. It should not be. So anyway, to recap, we've got new shocks I'm going to put on the car. Well, new old shocks. I'm going to put the old C5, the stock ones, back on, see what happens with the car. We're going to put some cheap ass tires on it, see if that fixes it. Actually, before we put the cheap tires on, we might, in fact, I think this is what I'm going to do, thinking about it now more. What we'll probably do is I'll put the shocks on, and so there's only one variable that can be changing things. We'll put the shocks on, we'll try and see if it wheel hops. If it wheel hops, okay, let's put the old tires back on. If it still wheel hops, I think I might just burn the car to the ground. I think that might be the best solution. I think that would solve my problem. I definitely think it will put me more in the hole. However, at least that way the car will not be wheel hopping anymore. But that's just about it. It's so annoying when you've got a fun car that you've spent money on and you continue to spend money on, and it still doesn't work. I'm sure you guys know that feeling, you know, those who have project cars or cars that they're working on or whatever. But it's just such an annoying thing to have your pride and joy, and you can't drive the damn thing the way you want because you think you're gonna break something. Or not think, you are going to break something in my case, because God knows I break virtually everything I drive, touch, see, smell, all of those things. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's just annoying. And you know what the worst part is? Trying to you can't kick this thing around like a U-turn, like fun, if you know what I mean, like pull a Yui, because it wheel hops, but once it does actually break traction all the way, it kicks sideways and you can't control it and you'll spin out. Nice. Put the window down a little bit so I can hear this. It's such a disturbance. See, it does do a burnout. It's louder than sin and makes a shit ton of noise, but as you noticed and probably didn't hear it, it did not hop. So that is a plus that we have with doing that. But oh my God, that was the first burnout ever done without the the straight pipes on. I mean, we did stuff with Paul, but the exhaust was clogged. But that was, I couldn't believe how loud that was. Okay, so this is when you turn the trash control back on, you put all the windows up, and then you drive home in fifth or sixth, preferably, all the way back home. But you can see, like, if you light the tires up first, and then you kick it sideways, no problem. It has absolutely no issue doing a burnout. It has no problem kicking it sideways and looking dope when doing it. But man, if you try to give it gas at anything besides 50 miles an hour, whoa, I just ran over a lot of crap. Anything besides 50 miles an hour, it just fucking hops. Like, it's just unbelievable. And I'm in the wrong lane, excusez-moi. Let me know, what do you think is causing my wheel hop? And also, if, I'm always open to it. If any of you guys got a decent exhaust for sale, like a Corsa or something, you'd be willing to make me a deal on. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't have a ton of money to spend on this car because I've spent so much on it already. Let me know in the comments, let me know. So with that, thank you guys for watching. All of y'all, have a fantastic day.